The 76ers in the second round of the NBA playoffs. For more on this and a recap of last night's big game and big win, let's bring in Raptors reporter Blake Murphy with The Athletic. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
So you were at the game, lucky guy last night. So that was just another business-like surgical performance, right? Versus arguably, well, if not one of the hottest teams in the NBA coming into the playoffs with Orlando. That is something solid to hang our hats on, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something that the Raptors have not done in the past, right? They haven't taken care of business like this. And even if the Magic are not, an elite team, they had a very good second half, it's good to look like the team you're supposed to look like, right? It's good to come out of the first round, having outscored your opponent more than anyone but Milwaukee and have the best defense in the playoffs so far. Those things are important. And now they've bought themselves a little rest, too, by taking care of business as they should have.
And you bring up, that's really the key point for me. But for that game one loss, which was kind of an anomaly, right? Lowry got 0 points. They only lost by 3, but they have the best defense in the playoffs to this point. I know it's early, small sample size, but that's something we've never been able to say before in Toronto.
Yeah, there have been times where, they were in the top 10 during the regular season, but there was never that feeling that they were an elite lockdown defense like this. And now you have Kawhi Leonard and Marc Gasol, who are former Defensive Player of the Year, Danny Green, who's been on an all-defense team, Pascal Siakam, who might be on one this year. They have the personnel, and you look at the teams that they're going to face, at least the next team that they're going to face, and that's going to be really, really important in those series. So they should have a lot of confidence on that end right now.
Playoff basketball is such an offensive scoring machine. It's so much fun to watch that part of the game, but it's a full court game. In hockey and a lot of other sports, we hear the adage, especially in football, offense gets you to the show, but D wins the bling, right? Does that hold true in this game?
It's the game does slow down in the playoffs a little bit in basketball, and the defense is obviously important. I think if you're the Raptors, the biggest thing is their offense has been best all year when they're out in the run on transition. They were the league's deadliest transition team on a per possession basis. So if they can lock in like that on defense, it's kind of going to just bleed right into their offense anyway. That's when they're at their best. So even if you're an offensive team or a defensive team, those things are really related in basketball, and that's gonna it's gonna drive both sides.
Playoff Kawhi, healthy Kawhi, load-managed Kawhi is a dangerous thing, and it was a beautiful thing to watch. Now, he's got such a relaxed, confident way about him. Has that kind of rubbed off on a team that can sometimes be kind of anxious?
Yeah, I think so. I think between him and Danny Green, who's won a title, and Marc Gasol, who's been through it a lot, even Kyle Lowry now, who had the 0-point game one, but he's been through this a couple times. I think there was more a sense of, those years in the past are in the past, and this is a different team, and everyone knows how to kind of approach things. And I think Kawhi's energy in that regard carries over on the floor, and it kind of sets a tone where he's never rushed, he's never rattled, and because he, like so many guys on the team, can get a stop when they need, that kind of assurance in the back of your mind that you can kind of settle things down at any point really sets a tone. Okay,
let's look ahead to the Sixers. They've got length, they've got strength, they're young, they're fast, not accomplished yet, but they could be. So what do you see with this series?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The big thing is going to be Joel Embiid. I know some Raptors fans were unhappy with the free throw disparity in the first round. Well, get ready, because the 76ers are the #2 foul drawing team in basketball. Embiid may be the single biggest magnet for free throws in the league. So brace for that a little bit. That's going to be something that Marc Gasol is tasked with. He has historically done pretty well in the Joel Embiid matchup, and the Raptors did pretty well with it this year. So that'll be the biggest focus for them. Across the other four positions, you like some strengths for the Raptors, some strengths for the 76ers with their length and Ben Simmons' passing ability. But it could come down to how well they manage that center matchup and what will probably be a free throw disparity that rubs Raptors fans wrong.
It's going to be good basketball, though.